Marina, good to see you again.
Hi, Eric.
Today we've got something launching, right?
Yes, Custom Agents is now available for everyone. Last time I checked, I think we had over 1,000 agents active in Notion.
All built by you.
The good ones, you know. You and I forgot to tell you, you're interviewing a couple people today.
Awesome.
You're gonna be custom agent pilled by the end of this.
Okay.
Let's do it. Hi, Tess.
Hi, Marina.
How are you?
So good now.
We always appreciate you. You're one of my favorite teams at Notion. And you have what I think most people agree on is like the cutest custom agent at the company. His name is Smilers. Tell me what Smilers is and like what he does.
We were noticing that our office channels, where we initially anticipated fun and camaraderie, were sort of turning into this like endless, where is my tape? Where are the bagels? And we wanted to leave those channels for like fun conversation, water cooler chats. So now, as an Otino, if you have any questions or concerns about anything at all, if you drop it in the environment ask channel, we will be there to help, but Smilers will actually be there first.
Where does he get all his knowledge from?
2 places. First, we have the environment home database, which is just a remarkable resource for anyone joining Notion. It has everything from workplace ops to events. And then the other place is we ended up building a knowledge database for Smilers.
So Smilers not only answers questions, it sounds like you can also give it feedback in Slack, and then it updates the knowledge base in Notion. So you as the environment team never have to do all like that busy work.
Oh, this is a lifesaver. We're answering questions the same globally, which is really important to us. We want like there to be like equity in every office, but we're also seeing an opportunity for Smilers to exactly update all of our wikis and knowledge bases for us and continue to learn.
I'm curious if, you know, now that you all have Smilers and it's working really well, what is another workflow of the environment team that you're like thinking about, I'm thinking about building an agent for this because I think it could do that job.
We're working on having Smilers start to tell us if we're hearing the same kind of feedback anywhere from 3 to 5 times. Yeah, so trend forecasting. And one thing we're thinking about is having Smilers actually start to do some initial outreach and like email drafts for building management. Again, anytime we see something hit Smilers after a few times, efficiency to the max.
He is just so prolific. Can't wait to see what he does next. Fist bump.
Tyler, we're talking custom agents. You have quite the reputation as the custom agent builder. Can you talk me through kind of like what types of custom agents you're using?
Yeah, I have probably like 20 of them right now.
20
that I use, a mix of like personal and team. And it's kind of funny, like when I first started, I made like all these faces for them and they all have these custom helmets, and it's like depending on their job, the helmet is themed. So I got really into it.
Where did these 20 ideas come from?
Originally it was like, what do I want to stop doing? And like, where can they help me? And that's like where it initiated. I have one of the custom agents, which is the task agent, where it's like whether I'm using meeting notes or get stuff in Slack, like all that's automated in one place for me. Then I have a project agent where it's like part of it is like my command center, this place where I can capture throughout the week what's happened, what's going to be coming up. And then I have an agent that will automate that every single day. So that way I have like the latest that's coming up on the project side. And then I'll have this as like my third agent, which will then basically round out my weekly plan for the week. So it looks at my tasks, it looks at my projects, and then my weekly update will basically then show what happened this week. So what tasks I close out, what projects have I moved forward, and then what's open and what's upcoming for the next week.
Setting them up.
Yeah.
Making sure they're doing the right things. How has that process been?
I guess for background, like not an engineer. Didn't study computer science, like was a comms major in college. Like that's my origin. And what's been really helpful for me is like I just talk to Notion AI to help it, and I give it the right context of like, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. How can you help me do it? And all the integration, all the flow gets set up for me, which is really nice.
Those are super powerful agents. Thanks, Tyler.
Hey, John.
Hey, Marina.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
So I'm really excited to get like an engineer's perspective on this. You are an engineer, correct?
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, yes. The first thing I want to know is how does it feel building an agent without having to use any like technical skills?
It's pretty great. I think there's a lot of things that you would probably, you could imagine you could do, with coding or traditional programming, but you probably just don't have time to do and maintain. And I think that custom agent sort of lowers the barrier to entry, like for everyone, but for engineers as well. Like there's a lot of use cases that we have automated away internally that we typically wouldn't have had time for to do from an engineering side of things.
One of my favorite agents that we built for our team is our task triager agent. Tell us a little bit about what that agent is.
Yeah, so in a lot of ways, it's an evolution of the way we used to do task filing at Notion, where you would just react to a bug that someone reported in Slack, and through some custom code, we would file a task in Notion. And so we sort of evolved that with custom agents and kind of took it a couple steps beyond that. The custom agents, because they're hooked up to our knowledge base, to our task tracker, they actually can go and look for tasks that may exist already. And so if someone files a bug that already exists, it just responds to the person and says, hey, this bug is already assigned to John and it's being worked on. So I'm actually not going to file a duplicate task for this.
What does it mean to you, like having this agent and like not having to think about that and being able to focus on building the product?
It's hard to exactly quantify how much time it saves. It's just that there's a lot of these that get reported throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I think that when I first started here, a lot of them would go, frankly, ignored because the effort it would take to properly file it was pretty high. But now if you see something, it's pretty easy to throw one of these reaction triggers on it that at least makes sure that it's captured so the person is acknowledged, that they're not just sitting there wondering if anyone's going to ever look at it. And then you can keep going back to whatever you're doing without really shifting context too much.
Well, John, thank you so much. This was fun.
Thank you.
Marina, thanks so much for inviting me to talk to some Notinas about their custom agents. It was eye-opening.
I hope that you were inspired by all the agents that you saw today. And I honestly cannot wait to see all the agents that people build now that the feature's out.
I couldn't agree more.